Welcome to the Seven Crosses series for Workers and Resources Soviet Republic, and we're picking up on the 12th of April 2031. And in this part, what I want to do is plan a tram network which will form part of an integrated transport network, because we've already put a couple of metro lines in. Before I get started, I want to just emphasize that this is very much an experiment to see whether we can have a proper transport system rather than the usual point-to-point move workers to a factory up here, bring them back, because I want to see whether people will move around the city. The network I'm going to lay out is not going to be, you could say, an optimized for this city as such. It's going to be a series of experimental lines, which I'll talk about as we go forward. Now, before that, I just want to give you an update of where we are. Over the last couple of parts, I've put in a metro system, and what you can see is the point-to-point metro station, which we built over here, has got all the way through to here, and we're actually laying these long tunnels here, and these need bricks, and we need a lot of bricks and a lot of steel to get these finished, because of course what's just happened is that the boring machines have actually bored this tunnel. And it was quite interesting because I actually watched the boring machine doing this tunnel. They do bore the whole length of a tunnel, so that shows that if you can get really fairly long lengths, you can actually speed up the process. But of course, if you do make a long tunnel, but the downside is that if you do a really long tunnel, then it's going to take a much longer process to line it. I think this one is already, no, this one's, so basically the boring machines are very efficient. I think somebody actually posted a comment saying that it's a shame that you can't put boring machines to make road tunnels, and I think that would make quite a big difference. Now, there is one thing that I do want to change. We've got a bus platform here, and I think we've got a line with, and what I want to do is change this bus stop, because what I've done is I've built a bus platform out here, and I want to unload these. That's better. The reason I'm bringing workers out to here is that I want to activate this these water filtration plants, and I think these are small wells. Yep, so they're running themselves. And what I want to do also is put another but one thing I do need to do is reduce the workforce in here. I don't want to activate the factories. And the other thing I'm also going to need is, how many people do I need here? 20. We need a few Mickey buses here. Actually, if we go for dollars, we got build a couple of these. Put the route on here. Now, the reason I'm doing this is the fact that I want to expand into this area, and the actual sewage and water is planned to come from. Oops, sorry. The sewage and water is planned to come from this area up here, and I do want to get so. But the bus platform is very much a temporary solution until we can get the metro system built up, because at the moment I'm in a little bit of a chicken and egg situation, in the sense that I want to expand and build the city, but at the same time I want to get the actual transport system finished. So we're just going to get that there. And the idea is, I think this has got chemicals, yes. So the idea is that we will get that there, and then I can start building up this area, and we'll get more workers coming into here, and then we can use that to drive out the rest of the area here. Now, just giving you an update on that metro line. This one up here is going along quite well. Looks like I might need to do an adjustment with the construction office. What I've done up here is, if you watched I can't remember if it was the last video or the video before, I sent some EDK 300s back to an old construction office what I've done is I've brought them back up again so that so they can build these overground sections. And you can see it's going quite well. The only problem is you've got to keep remembering to do this. So that I've got 3 EDK 300s building these sections. But once we get to this area, what I'm going to do is send one of the EDK 300s to the depot and then bring out a boring machine. I think to begin with, we can just work with the one boring machine because the tunnels will be here. And so what we're able to do is get the boring machine to support this process through here. Well, anyway, that's the idea. The other thing I've been doing is I planned this tourist area here. We've now got one hotel built. I think we've got food and clothes into there. Because I think this is just a leisure centre, isn't it? This is the other hotel just here. Nearly finished. I must admit, I'm quite impressed by the speed that the helicopter crews are getting all the work done here. Yeah, we just allocate that, and we'll get 2 helicopter crews on there, and they can fill in these footpaths. So what we're going to do now is start thinking about the tram network system, but what I need to do first is explain what I want to do in the wider scale first. So what I'm going to do is create 2 tram loops. One is going to be on this side of the city, and I've already built part of it here, and the other one will come out here. I've debated whether to bring it into this area, but I think because we've got a metro station here, and this area is quite small, I don't think this is actually going to work. So what we're going to do is bring another one out round here, and we're going to come back down this road. And so what we'll have effectively is 2 separate loops. And then then maybe later on I might do a cross-link tram thing just to do an end-to-end one. So that's the idea of what we're doing. And the principle behind this is that I want the people in this area to use the tram to come down to the metro station to go to work. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to put any connections through to these outer buildings here. The idea is to see if we can get the residents to come into this centre to get it working, and then pick up the metros, which will then take them out to their work areas. Well, that's the theory anyway. Now, the first thing I want to put in is the actual tram depot, because we need one of these. And what I've done is we've got this area here, which is all built up, and I've actually put a fire station in here because I can't remember. I think it was the heating plant here actually burnt down, and I've had to rebuild it. So we're going to put in the metro. Oops, no. Got so used to playing with the metro system. And with the trams, we've got 4 times and 8 times and an end station. And what we're going to do is we're going to put the 8 times in, and I'm going to just put I'm going to put that just in about there, like that. It's connected. Of course, we're going to have to put a road connection to it, but I think we can just put a. This is a problem. Oh, I've got a little bit of road just in there. That's left over from the substation. I had to move the substation over to power the fire station. You know, say I couldn't understand why the metro line would be. We've now got that connected. I kind of want a bit of a green ring around the city. I don't want to run. I've brought this up around this far. Where is the road connection? Let me just. So, what I think what I might do is put in the main stations. What on earth is that? Oh, that's the. I keep seeing little symbols like that and thinking, what on earth is built there? I don't remember building anything in the centre there. What we're going to do is I think what I'll do is I'll start by putting in the large kind of platforms. So I think I would like it to be kind of parallel to this road, like that. And I've got this road here, so I think maybe we're... The other thing I've also want to do is try and space these out. We got this station here, so if I put this, actually if we put it about there, we got one there, so we're only going to really need about 4, aren't we? I want them in close enough so that the people in this area, which is going to be one of the main residential areas, and of course people will be able to walk in on some areas. Maybe we'll just push this out a little bit further. Actually, we've got one there. Actually, maybe what? Let's put a small one in. Wrong building. Yeah, let's just put a couple of small ones in because we do need to know about the traffic flow. So say, for example, I put a small one in about there. This is coming round that way. That's coming round that way and it's coming in that way. Okay. We can connect you to there. We need... and we need to come up. Now this is one thing that I'm trying to think of a way to plan. I think if we bring this road up like that, connect to there, just step that road there, then we're gonna... and of course I've just messed this up, haven't I? That doesn't need a road connection because it's actually running the tram track. Yeah, we want tram track, no access. I don't want residents coming out to here to do that. That means we've got to upgrade this to there. And we'll just accept that. Now, while these tram routes are actually loops, what I want to do is still put in the end connectors. Where's the depots? End stations. I'm wondering... Now this is just a connector there. I could come up to here and then back to there, but that kind of leaves a bit of a dead zone here. I don't know. They could get to that station there and that station there. So maybe I'm gonna come in a little bit like that. Actually, I'm gonna be a bit crazy here. I'm gonna put a small tram stop in about here. That's in range of the... As I said, it's not... This is not a min-max perfect system. The idea behind this is to have a system where we can experiment with. And what I would like is an end station there. Because we don't need an end station to turn the trams around. What we need is an end station to actually put the timing in between the different trams. Also, I want to do a bit of an experiment because I've got an end station here and an end station here, and I just wonder what would happen if you have 2 different times. Next thing, I'm going to run the... It's a bad position, isn't it? Okay, I'm going to have to move this station over a bit. We're going to have to move you back a little bit. Yeah, I didn't realise that. Thank you, game. So we'll just have to move that back a smidge. Put the large station about there. Actually, we can move it out a bit, actually, like that. Because the people will walk between the 2 stations, so we could create a kind of bit of a plaza effect here. Plus, it will work a little bit better with respect to that station over there. So maybe if we come out that way a little bit, and then I'll just sneak this back like that. designing on the fly now. And we'll just flip back to this road. I'm gonna run this road through to there, like that. And then we'll hook you there, there. Means we've got to upgrade this one to here, and then we can actually. Oh, I selected the right road. We're actually going to make this look a little bit attractive, so we're going to put a road in here with sidewalks and lights, so that we've actually got proper sidewalks, because I think that would fit well with the trams, because if you're looking really close here, you can see that the tram network's got sidewalks as well. Okay, train waiting too long. What is up with you? Okay, we've got a bit of a problem here. What's gone wrong here? I'm not exactly sure what's gone wrong here. We suspend the construction. I think the problem is that this is too short. Let me just see. Yeah. Okay. See if I can adjust these signals a bit. Yeah. It's not going to work. I put get the chain signal in a bit closer there. It's still a bit tight, but I don't think if I remove you and then no. Oh, there's been a little bit of distance. Let me just wait and see. It's just about. That means I've had to cancel one. Wow. Okay, let me just. One over there. You're building that. You're building that. So it's this one here. Okay. What's this? Oh, technical services. Apologies for looking at things, because it's just trying to work out what on earth is going on. Anyway, we're just going to accept that. So technically we got the first loop will come back down into here, and that will give us our loop round here with the two connections there. Just want to see whether before we do the next one. Got workers there. We don't seem to have workers on the. We've got plenty of workers here. So just see where my buses are. Yeah, you need line spacing. And if I actually, well, it says, okay, let's just check the buses. I mean, it's not urgent. Where are you? Okay, so you're just getting into here now. And of course, eventually what I'm going to do is these roads coming into this area, we're going to signpost it to stop trucks coming through. So we've now got this area built here. So that's that line complete. This line coming through here. Now, the next line is here. And before I do anything, what I need to do is metro. I'm gonna run you up to here. And what I've done is I've put a connection through here to allow the actual brain's gone for trams to get from the tram station. In fact, I've just forgotten something up here. I'm going to need to put in. We've got a substation up here. I think we'll put one of these up on this corner here. And gamer, just run you to there. I might need the the side one, so what we'll do is run you into there. Again, I'm not too sure what the power situation is going to be with respect to having lots of trams on this, so I'm kind of going a little bit overboard with the power connectors. It's not like I'm short of money. So we've now got the tram line out to here, but we got this isn't a tram connection there. And again, what we're going to need to do is put in the road. So that road comes that way. I think what we'll do is we'll put a large tram depot. Not quite over the top. Actually, we could, because I can do it that way. Just because what I can do then is come in here, just zoom in a little bit, put a footpath through there. And we can make just a little connection like that from this back, because I don't know where they're going to go. So what we got is the road coming out from here, because this area is slightly smaller and this would be a shorter line. I'm going to put a small, actually I'm tempted to put the tram line down about, the small one down about here. Actually, let's see, what's the road there? If we put the small one about there, and then maybe another one just about here, maybe just this side of the road, so we can then, oops, do I want to run a road through the top of this? Now I think what we're going to do is we're going to do something a little bit odd. You through to there like that. Then I think this road will and we'll run you through to there. Run the maybe the connection to there. Then we'll run you to there. This is the, and then so that creates this, keeps this green zone going. Question is, do I go straight into there behind the cinema, or yeah, I think we'll run this line directly in there. That, and then we'll upright you to there. Creates the two tram lines. And of course the other thing I've forgotten is we need the end connector and the thingy bob, so maybe this is wrong. Okay. So much for that idea. I think I will run this road. Actually, this creates some squares. I don't want too many junctions on that area. So if I come in, say like that, create a junction there. Bring this down to there, accept that. Run you to there. Bring back that little bit of road there. And what we can do is run another road down into here according to what the building requirements are. And we'll put the, this route doesn't have an end connector on it at the moment, or end station, sorry, not an end connector, what am I on about? So we're gonna, and this is a relatively short route, so we put the end station here, and then we've got this power train there, so well, we'll take advantage of that connection. I'll pretend that I've planned it, and then it means that I can then just hook you into there, and that, because as far as I can remember, this has only got the, we got a shared power source coming from there, but I still feel that we need one up here, and we'll just have the, because it's a relatively short route, we only need the one end station. Again, it's not for turning round, it's just simply to provide the time spacing for the trams. So we've now got our tram networks, as I say. We've got that there, we've got this road here, we've got this connection through here, we've got lots of stuff to build. The next thing I'd like to do is, now we've got this in place, I'd like to put the main road through here. We'll run this road through to there. And that separates this area off here. Let me just take a look at the, do we have water pressure out here now? We've got no sewage flow, that's understandable. Yeah, we've got 2.5 bars out here. You see, this is all completely off the chart. The reason for that is that in many ways this water supply down here where I've built, sorry, here is a little bit OP, but I am kind of half considering about what I might do is make some changes and push the water supply out a bit further this way, but that's something else I need to put in. But we do have water to this area, so what I want to do now is start building in this area here, because we got the, can't find the, there's the metro station. It's almost like these need a big M or something on the top of them to say here is the metro station. Not enough tutors in the orphanage. Yes, thank you. So what we're going to need to do now is put in some more accommodation in this area, kind of so that it would use the metro station. Because what I want is the residents in this area to use the metro station to come, well, they will use the metro station to go work, but the food shop is actually there, and that's going to be the one that's going to drive the whole lot until the whole lot, it gets too much. And what I want is for the residents in this area to use the metro station to come here to go to the food shop. Oops, what was that? There was a helicopter flashing by. I think what we'll do to begin with, I mean, we're going to have to accept that some residents will walk through here. Let me just measure this up a bit. If I draw here. Yeah, so, but at the same time, I need to be aware that when I'm powering this up, we're going to need things. The other thing also is I'm not sure we got power here. Let me just see. Let me just get, let's put some residences in and I can actually see what's going on. What I want to do is go for these slightly smaller blocks like that. So that's got sewage connection. I think what we'll do is we'll put some, that's got heating, so that's good. I think we'll start by putting a series of blocks up here like that. I think we just added accommodation for about another 1,000 people. Got no power on this side. We're going to need to put a power supply in on this side. That's okay. Oh, we can put the footpath for that one. And I think what we'll do is, again, just cancel this. This is pure planning. You've got heating. You've got heating. But you don't. So we're going to need to think about putting some heating over here. And we're also going to need to put power into here. So this one can power here. So we're going to need a substation about here. We don't need that much of an overlap to there because these can get power from that side. So we can keep this pretty short. Say something. What are you powering over here? Okay, I'm sitting there. What are you powering here? Oh, these are sewage pumps. Yeah, okay. We need to make sure that those are connected. Otherwise we won't get sewage disposal into this area. That's something. So I think if we put, maybe just have a little bit of overlap with the, but I certainly want those sewage pumps connected. So if we just drop you in there, then we can just run that. Won't bother with the road just yet. Let me just see. Things to be tidy were. I'm just gonna put in. Oops. Put a road behind there. That's just to emphasize where the underground station is. And then that means I can then put a dirt road into there. Now this is where it gets interesting, because normally if I'm building a city, I would put in all the schools and everything else in here, but I don't want to put that in this area. I mean, effectively what we're creating is a dormitory town here, because I want them to use the school over here and the kindergarten, and possibly, if necessary, I'll put another little cluster up here for the things. In fact, I put the small stop there. So what I might do is, if things get congested, we'll put in another school and kindergarten up here, so that the residents will travel round the tram route. This is what we're going to be trying to do. We got that built there, that built there. I'm kind of, let me just, I'm going to go all in, guys. You've got power and sewage, but you've got no heating. We're going to need to get some heating over here, which is going to be interesting. I think if we put another block there, you've got power and water. Let's turn you off there. Actually, we'll turn you around like that. And put another one just there. So we'll just turn them the different orientation. And we'll just put one there. I think on this corner here, what we could do is put a bit of the old propaganda on this corner here. We need to touch of the old red star here. Now we need heating. Now the main heating plant is here, but there's no way we're going to get this heating from here all down to here in one continuous pipe. Now They've got a heating plant there. So this covers this area here. This one covers this area. So what we actually need is a heating exchanger this area now. I mean, we could put this in. A little bit of overlap won't be too bad. I think if we can get that, we can put the heating plant just about there. I can absolutely guarantee that we're going to go. Oops, sorry about this. Now I can almost guarantee that the heating plant pipe from here, how far will it go? It'll get to about here. So in fact we may need to double up on this, aren't we? No infrastructure in the way. We know we can get it to there. That's where it comes too long here, just by that station there. So we're gonna have to put okay. We've got an underground switch. Okay. Didn't know I had these. They're mods. I think we're gonna go surface. I've lost the pipe. Sorry guys, I've of course it's not going to, it's going to finish just before that substation. So we're going to have to put a heat pumping station about here. Actually, we'll put it this way so we can run the road to the perimeter road. Put that there. Go underground. And then hopefully this will connect to there. Okay. That will also give me a terminal here, potentially to put heating in here. But this plant here has got lots and lots of capacity. But again, it's going to be a little bit of a catch-22 situation because really to populate this area, I need a functioning metro, which will then actually connect everything up. So again, we may need to use buses temporarily just to fill the gap in. We'll probably put a footpath through the center there and got that connected. I'm not sure I want to plan much more in this area. We could fill this strip in, actually, come to think of it. Again, we're actually let's put some smaller blocks in here for our residents. So yeah, because if we put the smaller blocks in, they won't kind of be so interested in. So say we put, I want to leave a gap in case I want to put a road through there. And we'll just put a little row, kind of double row of flats here. Again, we'll just put another one there. We've got a tram station there which will take them back. We can just get all the way out to here, spin that round and put you there. Okay, we've now got this area here. We'll probably make this into some kind of park break interlude thing here. although we may have to resort to a footpath here to get people in. This is a television station, which is already max capacity anyway. Okay, and I think it's probably time now to just see what my construction trains are up to. Just see what the progress. So they've got down to 169 bricks. Yeah, these guys, because they're so far away, they're really labouring laying the bricks now. Because even with the EDK 300s, they don't lay that many bricks before they actually run out and have to go all the way back. For anyone who's not following the series, the actual construction train for that area is over here. You can see it's several kilometers away, and of course the construction trains themselves here, and they don't actually have that many workers as well, which is probably not helping. So the actual speed of building this area here is kind of slowed down a little bit, but just go up, and there's a very real possibility that we may actually finish this bigger loop before we do the one that goes all the way out to the border. Yeah. Anything? Yeah, I was looking at this the other day and I realized that I've got a missing footpath here, because obviously if we got tourists coming in here, that's actually got finished now. So I've got a where are you? I think you're the one who's not doing very much. I want you to go in here, and you can give you the full 100%. Going on here. Oh, this guy's, again, this is an example that now this guy's broken through into here. If you watch him, we'll just speed him up a little bit. What you'll see is he's actually doing all this in one pass, where the train building this is doing the normal bridge approach. But you can see, but the only downside is he's actually run out of resources. But he's getting there, and then of course we're getting to this elevated section here. And I think that's about all I want to build, but what I will do is just talk a little bit about the rest of the economy. Now, I must admit, I'm being very surprised that I've been able to virtually ignore most of my economy. What seems to happen at the moment is I can't get the happiness above 76%, and I don't really care, to be honest, that it is. And also the health is a bit low, and I think if I show you here, that's down to I've got a fair amount of pollution, but I'm not exactly sure where that pollution's coming from. And of course the alcohol's not helping very much as well. I've got quite a lot of alcohol floating around in the city, but I'm quite surprised with the actual happiness. What seems to happen at the moment is that I can get up to 77-78% during the summer, and then it will drop right down to about 74-75% again in the winter. And I think that's down to the fact that things move slower and it's colder and people are generally unhappy. But I'm really surprised that the overall stability of the economy. I mean, I do have a few problems with my farms. If I come in here, what happens is I'm not really using all my crops. Now, for me, that's exceptional, because normally I'm always scrounging around to get more and more crops. But if I show you in here, oh, this one's empty, which is okay. This one's empty as well. That's stability, but this is the key one here. You can see this one's still full, and we're already in May, so we've only got 3 months to go. And I've still got nearly 7,000 tons in there as a contingency. And this one's going, so this is very much in balance. And then, well, I'm getting lost on my own map here. And then where's the other fields that I put in? I've got the other ones up here. I think this is where they don't empty that quickly. Yeah, because, and these are the two farms at the moment that are kind of they basically, what happens is that when the harvest comes in, these fill up and they're not empty, so then the crops don't collect it, because at the moment those farms are really supplying this area. This is my meat production area, and if I come in here, you can see that the moment I'm producing excess meat. This is becoming my main meat production area, and I must admit these farms here are really going well, but of course they only function during the summer. If I come down to here, which is my second meat production area, this one does tend to run a bit low, but again you can see that at the moment everything is going good. And then if I show you the crop production here, these ones do run out. Over here we still got a surplus in there. I think this one runs out. No, this one's still full up as well. So and while we're here, I just want to check. Yeah, I think we might need to think a little bit about clothes production now. We've got 5.6 tons in there. I think clothes might be becoming an issue now. I may need to think a little bit about building some more, although we don't have a massive workforce here. In fact, it looks like we may have a shortage of fabric as opposed to, so it looks like we're getting to the point now where we actually may need another fabric factory. Maybe it's something I will need to look at. Actually, this is the fabric factory, isn't it? Well, this one's got a surplus of fabric. Let me just see this one. This has got a little bit. I think it might be workforce. We need more workforce into these factories here, but it's going to be quite difficult to expand this area. When we've got scattered across the map, we've got 922 tons, 17 tons in vehicles. We've got 904 tons in buildings. So I don't think we're running short, but I think if I'm going to expand the new city, I'm going to need to think a little bit about fabric production and also clothes production. We may be in a point now where we're kind of just getting into equilibrium, because all my clothes are produced in this area with a tiny little bit produced down in Knife Edge where the original factory is, and of course all my alcohol is produced here, I think, but we got loads of crops in that one there. Let me just take a look at the clothes factory here. It's only got a small export area. This is really just a backup contingency. Over here, again, we've got a surplus. So overall things are going. I'm just going to need to keep an eye on the clothes situation. Over here, because I wasn't building very much, we've got masses of steel. And actually it'd be quite interesting. We see the... Oops, no. Because of course we've now got the new pricing model in here, but the trouble is I don't know what is actually going. So we were selling steel for 64,000 a ton, where we could import them. Now, in fact, let me just have a look at the imports exports. We got a small amount of meat being imported. I've got absolutely no idea there. We've got the electronics. The big one is oil, because on this map there's a big shortage of oil. And then exports, we're on the 26th of May at the moment. So at the moment we're making about 41 million a month. Actually, let's go back to the last month and just pause it. So we are exporting some clothes, but the exports for clothes are quite down. So we're making 47 million a month, which is pretty good. Most of my exports is there, but we actually didn't export any steel, which is interesting. And in fact, we don't seem to be exporting any steel. I need to look at that this year. We've exported a tiny amount of coal. We've exported 407 tons of steel. I think there might be a little bit of a breakdown in the steel export market, because we got steel here. I can't remember who exports steel. The map's so big now, I can't remember who does what. You export the surplus, right? I think what's happening is that because the stuff has been stolen so quickly from here, as it says this has to reach 79%, and I'm just wondering if I drop that to say 69%, and then I want to see who delivers the steel to here. That one. I think you're the steel guy, aren't you? Hilton Mech. Okay, let's find. What have you? Oh, I think what's happened here is these. Discard your cargoes. I think somehow these guys have got themselves loaded with bricks or something where they shouldn't be. So I've only been working with 4 trucks instead of 6 trucks. I mean, so I've got absolutely no idea what happened there. What we got here, these are open holes, and this one's not set up. Okay. Right, steel there. It's to get the money flowing. And I think that's a good example of why you need to go round your economy from time to time and find out what's going on, and like checking. We've still got clothes flowing into here, so I don't think we've got a clothes shortage, but we just need to. I'm going to need to deal with that, and I'm going to need to think about how I can actually do it, because looking at these factories, these don't really have the workforce, and I don't have the ability to expand this area. So what I might have to do is, what do we need for a fabric factory? Good old chemicals and crops. Just wondering whether we could put some fabric industry up here. We got a little bit of space here, although it's a bit cluttered with cables and stuff like that. Maybe we can make some local clothes up here, but anyway, guys, I'm getting very distracted, so this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably play on for about another year to try and get all these metros and tram lines built. And maybe at the same time, I'll spend a little bit of time setting up a clothes industry in this area somewhere, so that we can get some more improved clothes things. In fact, it might be an opportunity to put another work area in. My instinct is to possibly put it in this corner here. So this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. And until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.